see you guys. Oh, okay, who else is here? Okay. So we are live on YouTube as well, Baked by Tulip. Pelumi, Shubomi, Demilade. Hi guys. Naira Boateng, I can see you. Hi girls. I hope okay, so we have 3 more minutes. Okay, so we are starting now. Imisi Oluwa, Josh and Daniel. Tofumi Odusoya, hi. Okay, Praise Olowoyeye, hello, Fakemi. Oh, I can see my beautiful bakers. Okay, so I hope you can all see me clearly. Farida Lawal, how is Fawaz, our friend? Okay. Shalewa. Okay, so we are going to start now. Welcome everybody. I'm so happy you guys could make it out today. I'm so excited. I've been counting down since forever. And it's so amazing. So we are here live. We're going to make cookies today. So I'm going to make a brief introduction. So my name is Buki Olawiyi. You can call me Auntie Buki. I'll be your instructor for today. And these are my kids. This is Omoba, who is 12. Say hello. Hi. And this is Tiani, who is 9. Hello. And this is Tiara, who is 6. So we have, a wide range of ages here, and we are all going to learn, I promise you. So just relax. It's nothing difficult. It's nothing hard. It's very, very easy. And you're going to have a fantastic time. So the first thing we are going to do, we have to wash our hands. Okay, so yeah, let's wash our hands first. If you haven't washed your hands, please go and wash your hands. Thank you. We give you 1 minute to do that quickly. Okay, quickly wash your hands. Thank you. You do that quickly, wash your hands. Oh, hi, Shalewa. Tara Akiride, hi. Okay, so we wash our hands. Are we ready? Are we done washing our hands? Okay, so Tara is back. Wash our hands. Now you wipe your hands with your napkin. Okay, so we have a poll on screen. So we are going to launch it now. So you just click, why did you join this class today? So the first option is because I love baking, because I love cookies. I want to learn how to make my own cookies. My mom signed me up for the class. So let's quickly do that quickly. Let's put that in before we start. Okay. You guys are so awesome. I'm so happy to see you guys. So I'll just keep talking until we are done with that so we save time. So I've been baking for the past 20 years. Can you believe that? And it's been an amazing journey. I'm a professional cake artist, meaning my passion is, okay, if it's a wedding cake or we want to sculpt things or we want to make exciting stuff out of cake, maybe like a house or a bag or a shoe, that's my specialty. But another passion of mine is teaching children how to bake. You know what, guys? You guys are so passionate. You guys are so creative. That's why I love teaching kids. So this is one of my dreams coming true. And I'm able to reach a large number of children at the same time. This is so amazing. So I'm glad you guys are here. I'm so grateful to see everyone. My husband is somewhere at the back. He's our producer. So he says hello as well. So we are going to start now, like now, okay? Can we see the result of our poll? Okay, so most people said, because I love baking, yay! And the next, I want to learn how to make my own cookies, that's awesome. And I love cookies, great. And then my mom signed me up for the class. So everybody loves baking. And guess what? This is not going to be the only class. I'll be taking different classes on different things, you know, maybe once every 2 weeks, so you can develop your skills. And you know what? You might make this a career in future. Who knows? And you have a lot of fun, you know, doing that. So we are starting. So first of all, let's wriggle our hands. We are wriggling our hands. You want to give yourself a little bit of stretch. Stretch. Now, let's roll our shoulders. And then you're going to give me 20 push-ups. Oh, sorry, I was just kidding. That was just a joke. Okay, so I think we are relaxed now. I just want us to be relaxed. I think we are relaxed now. So the first thing we are going to do, let me make a brief introduction about the cookie. Now, it's important to know how, what you want to do, how it will look like. Since we are not, I can't be there physically with you. So the cookie is different from the M&M cookies you buy in your pack. Okay, this is the traditional cookie. Inside, the outside is crispy, but the inside is chewy, and it's so delicious. So you will enjoy making this, I promise you, and anyone you give it to, man, the person will tell you, I want like 50 more of this, and you can as well sell it. I'm adding an extra class to this class. It's just a short class on cookie packaging, how you can package your cookie and sell it. So let's go. So we've washed our hands, we are ready, we are relaxed, we are settled. So the first thing we are going to do is to measure all our ingredients. Please, I hope you have everything spread out right in front of you so it's easy for you to pick. A good baker plans. A good baker is always ready with all her stuff or his stuff. And thanks to the boys joining us, I'm so glad to see all the boys on the platform. Boys can also bake. Okay, so we're going to do this now. So we are going to start with our flour. So can you bring your flour to the front? So we have our flour. So we have this, we have this. Okay, so we put the flour. So can we have our flour and our bowls? You take one of your bowls. Okay, I can see everyone. Okay. Trust we are ready. Okay. Now, I told you to buy a set of measuring cups. Can I see your measuring cups? Your measuring cups? Great. Okay, so the thing about baking is you can't just take flour, sugar, you know, when someone can just tell you, oh, I want to make a cake. Oh, it's just flour, it's just sugar, it's just, you can't just dump everything together. You have to measure. Now, there are two ways you can measure in cake making or baking generally. You can either use measuring cups or you use a scale. Now, I didn't want to burden mommy and daddy by saying go and buy a scale. So, because the scale is more accurate, but you can get it close enough with a measuring cup. So that's why we're going to measure all our ingredients today. And I want you to do it yourself, okay? So I want you to take the measuring cup that has 1 cup written on it. Can you check? 1 cup. You can also have 250 mils written on it, but you don't need that. You just need the cup that says 1 cup. Most likely it will be the largest cup, or if you are using a cup that has like a gradation, like a big cup that now has 1, 2, 3, just look for the one that says 1 cup. I hope we have that already. Okay, this is 1 cup, right? Now, to measure your flour, you can't just do this and say, yes, this is 1 cup. No, this is wrong. I'm going to teach you how to measure your flour. So I'll do the first one, and then you guys also do it, and then you do it at home. So watch me. You should have a tablespoon there with you, right? Can you bring out your tablespoon? Okay. Now, this is your 1 cup. This is your 1 cup. Now you take your tablespoon, just take a bit of your flour. You put it over the main, so you don't want, your flour all over the place. Just put it over your bowl of flour, and then you sprinkle. So you go swish, 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 sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Sarah, are you watching? Titi, sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Now you have a heaped cup, right? Can we see that? You have a heaped cup. Now, pause. The next thing you do, you turn your spoon upside down. That means you are holding the straight part, and then you scrape it up. So you want a level cup. Okay, can everybody do that now? Can you start that? So I want you to measure your cup. You sprinkle. So I'm going to do this again so we can see what I did again. So I'm going to pour this back. And I'm going to do this. So this is my empty cup. I take my spoon and I go swish, swish, swish. Feel, feel. See how I'm spreading? I'm not just dumping. I'm like just spreading it round. I'm shaking my spoon. I can see everyone doing that. Okay, good. I'm scraping. I'm scraping. Sorry, I'm shaking. And then I have a heap. But what do I do next? I take my spoon and I scrape it up. I scrape up. So I have a level cup. Now, once I have that, I'm going to take my sieve. I'm going to put it over my bowl like this and pour my 1 cup here. So Tiara, can you please sieve this? Can you? Okay. Now this recipe calls for 2 cups. So we'll be doing 2 cups of this. So you've done 1 cup. So Tiara, you're going to do the 2nd cup. Just leave your sieve in there with that. So Tiara is going to do hers. Swish, swish, swish. Good. Good. Where you put it down. Good. So let me watch everyone. Okay, great. Swish, swish, swish. Swishy, swishy, swishy. Swish, swish, swish. Then turn and then scrape it off. Put your weight like this way. Scrape it off. Yeah, no. So you have to go back and do it again. So we need 2.5 cups, but let's pour our 2 cups first in your sieve that goes over a bowl. Okay, so Tara, are you? Okay. Good. Good. Now just hold it this way and yeah. Good. Now wait. Okay. Okay, can you pour it in your sieve, please? Pour it here. Pour it. Then, by the way, I hope we have our butter out of the fridge. Can you get the butter out of the fridge, please? But still leave your eggs in the fridge. Okay? So you guys do yours. Please bring your butter out of the fridge if you haven't. Put it back there. Swishy. Yeah, don't do that. Don't go. Bring it to. Yeah. Put this over here. So this recipe calls for 2.5 cups of flour. We are measuring at 2 cups first. Good. So put it in your sieve. That's one. Okay. So do another thing. So I'm going to give us like 30 seconds to finish measuring at 2 cups. If you are done, you can give me a thumbs up. If you are done with your 2 cups, you can give me a thumbs up. Okay, good. Thank you, Diomole. Thank you. I can see your pic. Dara, see me. Yes, Kiki, Tunde Bashoru, good. I can see your thumbs up. Awesome, guys. I can see your thumbs up. Good. So we have our 2 cups. Now I want you to take your cup that says half cup. Half. I want you to take your cup that says half cup. All right? Good. And we do the same thing. So you put your 1 cup away, you measure 2, then half cup. Then you do the same thing. This one you need just 1 because the recipe calls for 2.5 cups. After the whole class, don't worry, I'm going to send you the recipe, the full recipe and everything. Okay, and the video of the class. So don't be anxious and say, oh, I didn't get it. Don't worry. At the end of the class, I'm going to send you the recipe written out and then the video of this whole class. So we are going to measure a half cup now. Happy. And remember, you scrape the top off so you can have a level cup. So we put a sieve over it, and then you see. So can you guys just do half? Okay, you do that. So remember how we did it, squishy. So that's all, you do the next one. So we have 2.5 cups in our bowl. I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds to do that. 2.5 cups in your bowl. I can see you, Fife and Fola. Hi. Woo. I can see Kalia. Hi, guys. Who else? I can see Adiva. Is that her cup? And Toluwani. Okay. Good. So you put in the tea. So I hope we have our 2.5 cups. Can you show me? No, 500 grams is not the same as 1 cup. Don't worry, in the recipe, I'm going to put the equivalent of the gram and the cup. But I just told you to buy 500 so that you can measure what you need out of that 500. So 500 grams is not 1 cup, okay? I'll send you the recipe later. So we have 2½ cups here of flour. Okay. All right. So I can sit down, Ilola. You're welcome. So the next thing we are going to do now, it's best to keep your surfaces clean. I try as much as possible. So let's wipe down our surfaces. Okay. Yes. So let's wipe it down. Now, the next thing you want to do, you take your baking soda. Can I see your baking soda? Can I see your baking soda? Okay, so I got a lot of questions from mommies that, oh, can I use baking powder? Now, baking powder and baking soda, they do the same thing, but they don't contain the same thing. What they do is to make your baking, maybe your treat, your cake or your cookie, they make it rise, okay? But baking powder is best suited for cakes to give you that cakey feel. But for cookies, we use mostly soda. Do you understand? So you can't really, if you substitute it, you won't really get the texture you need. So for this particular cookie is supposed to be chewy in the middle and crispy on the outside. So it's not like biscuit, the regular biscuit that snaps. No, this one it's not like cake, it's not like biscuit, it's just chewy. It's just, you know, when we finish, you're able to see. So you're able to get what I mean. So for the baking powder, you need 1 teaspoon. Can I get your set of spoons? It's on your list. And I want you to look at the spoon that says 1 TSP. That's 1 teaspoon. Teaspoon is TSP. So you are looking at 1 teaspoon. You can't use your teaspoon that you used to eat, no. Because in baking, you need standard measurements, and this is a standard, you know, measuring device. This is 1 teaspoon. It's just like saying, I want to take your temperature, and I go and bring maybe a stick and say, oh, let me measure. No, you have to use the right material or equipment to take your measurements, okay?
How many grams?
Okay, I've not really transcribed that. I'm going to send the recipe after the class, please. Because that's why I insisted on the cups. The grams, I'll tell you the equivalent side by side after the class. I'll send it to you. But I think off the top of my head, it should be about, for flour, is like 120 grams. I'm not sure right now, but I'll send that to you. So do we all have a teaspoon, 1 TSP? Please don't use your teaspoon you used to eat. You need this, okay? Your measuring spoon. Okay, so this is easy. You dip it in your, so this is not like flour, like you do swishy. You just dip this in your soda. It is heat, but you have to level it up like you did your flour. So you take a heat spoon and then you level it. So you have your level teaspoon of baking soda. Can we see that? Now, sometimes your baking soda might have some lumps in it. And okay, let me answer that question. Why do we sieve? You sieve your flour in case there are lumps in it, or you have like some chaff from your, you know, from when they were manufacturing. So, Sarah, can you pour this in the sieve? Okay, pour it in. So, see, there are some lumps there, so you just press it down. So, yeah, you guys measure one. So you do just one. You need just 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Yeah, put that down there. Okay. You need just 1 tablespoon. Sorry, 1 teaspoon. Okay, 1 level teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, pour it in your sieve and sieve it. Okay, we have that. Now, the last thing, please, I want you to look at your butter. Do you have salted butter or unsalted butter? I purposely didn't tell mommy or daddy to buy salted or unsalted because there are some times when you go to the store, they'll just have salted stuff or unsalted. So I don't want to discourage, so there's a way you can use the two. If you have unsalted butter, so I'm talking to the unsalted butter people. So this butter is unsalted, right? We are going to use unsalted butter. Now, if you have unsalted butter, we need our cookies to have some salt, right? So I need you to get salt from mommy's pantry or mommy's cupboard. We also need 1 teaspoon of salt. If you have unsalted butter, if you have salted butter, don't worry about putting salt. It's already salted. But if you have unsalted, that means your butter, when you take a lick, you can't taste any salt, unsalted butter. Then you take 1 teaspoon. So I'm using unsalted butter here. So I take 1 teaspoon. So this is my salt. 1 teaspoon of salt. Level it out as usual. Okay. And then you also pour it in your sieve. So Tiara, can you sieve that for me? Thank you. You have to raise it up. You can hit it. Hit. Yeah, hit it. Excellent.
Excuse me, Mom.
Yes?
Why do we need to keep the butter in the fridge?
Okay, that's a very, very good question. We need to put our butter in the fridge because we want our dough to be cold so that we can roll it. If your dough is cold and it gets into the oven, it forms a nice circular shape. But if your dough is soft or warm, by the time it gets to the oven, it just spreads out and it looks really funny. So for cookies, for some cookies, you need, especially this one, you need to keep your butter in the fridge so that it will be cold. I said fridge, not freezer, because you don't want it frozen. If it's frozen, you won't be able to mix it at all. So lastly, okay, so let me recap so that we are on the same page. We had to measure our flour. The recipe calls for 2.5 cups. We measured our flour. I said you don't take your flour like this and dump it. You have to take a spoon and you swish it until it's full. You have a heap and you turn your spoon around, or if you have a knife, you scrape off. You take 2 of this and then you take your 1/2 cup. You do the same thing, scrape off and pour. Next thing we did was to add our baking soda, and we used 1 teaspoon, which we leveled off and we poured in it. The next, for people, if you have unsalted butter, we took 1 teaspoon again of unsalted butter, we leveled it off and we poured it in. So the last thing we are going to do with our dry mixture or our flour mixture, just because you are using salted butter, I mentioned. So Tiara, just mix up your flour and your soda so everything will be fine. And then we move to the next stage. So can we clear this? So we are not using this anymore. So can you put this? So you should have a spoon to mix that. Yeah. So mix that up. Good. Yes. The flour. Yeah, so that the soda won't be on one side and your salt on one side. So you won't eat your cookie and say, this is so salty. Oh, There's no salt in this cookie. So that's why you have to. So let's. So we are moving, so the next stage we are moving on to this. So we are actually moving to our sugar. Someone asked how many grams of butter. We're using 200 grams of butter. I'll still talk about this butter because it's so important. It's like one of the most important ingredients, but we'll talk about it later. I want us to measure our sugars now. That's fine. Are we good? I think we are good with our flour now. Thumbs up if we are good. Thumbs up if we are good with our flour and soda and everything. Are we good with our flour? Good. I can see some. Okwaniko, thank you. All right, we are good with our flour. Thumbs up, everybody. Teniola, Ayodele, we are good. Girls, are we good? Hillary? Okay, I think we're all good. So I'll repeat the butter thing again. If you have unsalted butter, that's when you add salt. If you have salted butter, no need for salt. No need for salt. Okay, so I think we are good. So we move to the next stage. The next stage, we have our 2 sugars.
Why do we use brown sugar and white sugar?
Okay, so now that's a very, very, very good question. And I want us to listen very well. Now, there are 2 types of sugar here. You have the brown one and you have the white one. Both sugars make your cookie or whatever you are baking sweet. It gives you the sweet taste, that's okay. Now, the difference is that the brown sugar has something called molasses that has been added to it. And the function of the brown sugar is to give you that chewy taste and gives your cookie moisture. So, like I said, this cookie is not like a biscuit that snaps. It's like, it just breaks easily. It gives that chewy taste, like you're chewing something, not like you're crunching something like biscuit. So that's the function of the brown sugar. It makes it moist. It gives your cookie that moistness, and it makes it chewy. Now, the white sugar, what it does is that it gives that crisp edge. So when we finish, you notice it, the edges will be crisp, the top will be crisp, like it will be a bit, not crunchy, but like crispy, right? So that is what the brown sugar does. And sorry, the white sugar. Then the white sugar, believe it or not, now makes your cookie brown. Imagine that. So we have brown sugar, but it's actually the white that makes your cookie brown. And the reason is, when white sugar, when you heat it up, it turns brown. So when your white sugar in your cookie enters the oven, it turns brown. The heat will caramelize, that's the word, caramelize it and turn it brown. So that's why we are using it. So this recipe calls for 1 packed cup. Don't worry, I'll send the recipe later. So this one, just like, can I have the spoon, please? So you put your cup, 1 cup again, 1 cup, and you put your brown sugar. Fill it up. Fill it. We are starting with brown sugar. Fill it up. You can swish, and it swishes, swish. So we want to swish, swish. And it smells different. You should be able to smell what you are doing, your ingredients. If you smell the brown sugar and the white, it smells different. Okay. Okay. So now, when you fill your brown sugar to the top, now this one is different. You don't scrape it up. You now use your hand. That's why we had to wash our hands. You now press it down. You can put it on the table. So that's why I said packed sugar. You press it down. So you notice it has gone down. You fill it up again. So different recipes. So it's very important. It's very important that you follow instructions. Okay, there's a reason why it's packed, right? So we have our packed sugar. Once it's packed, you see that it's level. So to pack is to press down. You can just shake your hand. Okay. Shake it, shake it, shake it. So 1 cup, pour it in here. So just 1 cup of brown sugar. You guys can do that. Quickly, quickly, so we move ahead. So everybody, can we measure our 1 cup of packed brown sugar? Just 1 cup. Just 1 cup. Okay. So let's clean our surface. If you are done, you can just clean your surface. Okay, so you pack it. Oh, I can come here so that people can see. Okay. And you put small, not on the floor. Okay. I can see Tammy and Rennie. Yes. Hi. Oh, okay. Hello. I can see Orezi, Jasmine. I can see Acacia. I hope I didn't murder your name. Acacia Lomoti. Hello. Okay, so point here. So I hope we are done with our 1 cup of, I can see Alia, Marine. Hi, Alia. Okay, okay, good. I can see Damilola Demure. Yes, I can see you. So the next, we are done with the brown sugar. We need just 1 cup. 1 cup of brown sugar. Then you go to your white sugar, your white granulated sugar. You need half cup. So where's a half cup? Happy. Half cup of white sugar. So this one, you don't need to pack it. It's your brown sugar you pack. So we go, you want to do this? Okay. So half cup, yes, half cup of white sugar, please. Okay, who else is here? Where is the? Oh, I can see the Onabolus. And the Arios. Hello. Oh, I can see the Oguba boss. Hi. I can see Mojola Oluwa, Femi Ayodele. I can see Jason Tra. Hi. Okay, so let's pour a half cup. Your half cup, you level it up, remember? Right? You don't need to pack it and just pour it. Good. You guys do that. I can see Kofo, Akidele. Hello. Hey, I can see Fiore. Hi, Fiore. I can see the Shita Bay. Hi guys. I can see a lot of people, but the names. Okay. All right. So pour that in your Sugar there? Yeah. So let's clear up. Can we take this away?
Okay.
Okay. So we are now going to our butter. I'll give us about 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Okay. Okay. So next, we go to our butter. Now, butter is the most important part of this recipe. Margarine is not butter, okay? Margarine, sorry, I don't feel that. No, please leave them separately for now, please. Margarine is so important as in the taste it gives your, you are done with the seed? Yeah. Can you put this, maybe put it in this cup. So margarine gives the cookie that buttery taste. You can't substitute for margarine because it won't taste the way it's supposed to taste. Now, even for margarine, it has different levels. You have to buy the one that has a minimum of 80% fat. It's always written there. So brands like President, though they're expensive, I know, but for you to get the exact how it's supposed to taste, you have to use the right ingredients, okay, guys? So margarine is not butter, and butter is not margarine. You need to use butter. Butter. There are many brands: President, L&Bear, Oldenburger, but it has to be butter. So, and for this recipe, you need just 200 grams. That's one pack, just this pack, like this, just this pack. So open up your butter. So this is for the salted people. We are unsalted. So you open up your butter. Okay, wait. Now, your butter, since you just brought it out, it shouldn't be hard or now buttery. No, it should be just right. If you press it down, it will leave, your finger will make a mark on it, right? Yeah. Yeah, so you just see a mark here. Okay, so the next thing to do is to put your butter in your sugar, in your white sugar and brown sugar. So let's all do that. Don't put it whole, you cut it into bits. Cut it, so you can use, that's why you're using your tablespoon. Cut it into bits. What's the other spoon? Yeah, oh yeah. Okay, let me cut it and then you put it. Okay. So cut your sugar into bits. You can use your hand, wash it already. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, just use your hands. So the reason we are cutting into bits is so that it will be easy for you to mix with the sugar. Yeah, put this in. And then, okay. So make sure you scrape everything because you know it's measured. So you don't want to lose your measurement. So make sure you scrape everything with your spoon. All right, let's put this in the tin. And then, yeah. So we have our butter there. Now, I know some of us will have a mixer. So it should look something like this. So now, if you do not have a mixer, Please bring out your turning spoon. This is the spoon you normally use for making your swallows, or you use it to mix your pancake mixture. So please don't put your brown sugar with the flour. It is not okay. I said put your butter in the sugar. Your flour, you leave that aside. We are not using it now. Oh, wow. Okay. So if you have your mixer, this is the time to bring your mixer out to. So wait. So the next thing to do is to mix.
Can I use a whisk?
No, you can't. A whisk might not work because it might not be strong enough. You need something strong, like a turning stick. Okay, you guys are not done. Okay. No, they are using a mixer. So have a mixer here. Now, if your butter is still lumpy, what you can do is your hands have to come in to break it. So you squish it like this, squish, so that you can soften your butter a bit so it can mix. So squish. Don't be scared to use your hands. That's why we washed our hands at the beginning. So squish. You guys can squish others. So someone squish, the person not using the hand mixer can squish. So squishy, squishy. So you make sure the sugar and the butter mixes well. I don't know. They just, it's not going to come out well. Please, if you've already put the sugar and the flour, I'm sorry, it's not going to come out nice. So if you have another batch, you have to mix. So please, can you just wait for me so you follow what I do? Okay, please don't run ahead of the class, because everything has a step. It comes after one another. You cannot do one thing before the other. It won't work that way. So please follow what I do. Can you use a whisk? Please don't use a whisk. You might break your whisk or just make it funny. Just use your hands, okay? And a turning stick. If you don't have a turning stick, use your hands. So I'm going to show you. So if you've already put your flour, sorry, it won't work. You have to do it again. It's not going to come out well. Your cookie will be very tough. Okay? So we are just mixing our butter and sugar. So please kindly just follow me. Follow what I'm doing. Okay? We'll take it step by step. Okay, so it's starting to come together, and the reason we are mixing is so that everything will be equally distributed. Okay, so this now is ready. No, not yet. You use one hand, one hand. And then you turn around. You look at it like this. You cannot use if you don't have a turning stick, use your hands. So this is ready. Sarah, you cannot wash your hand. So let me do this. So make sure there are no butter lumps in there. And And the good thing about your hand is that your hand is warm, so it will help you just melt the butter a bit. That's why you need to use butter, because butter has a low melting point. So by the time just something warm, it just, goes down, just melt a bit, and it's easy to make. So this stage is for, you can either use a mixer, your hand mixer, or your turning spoon, or your good old hand. You can go with them. My mixture is not white. Maybe it's the camera. I can see a question. Why is my mixture brown and yours white? My mixture is light brown. It's light brown. Please. From the butter, how much butter? Butter, you just need one pack that is 200 grams. It has 200 grams written on it, so you use the whole pack. I have to put water in my bowl. What's on the green one in the store? That's how okay. So we need. Just put it on. I hope we are good. Okay, so we are done here. Yes, John. No, can you put it down, please? Thank you. Down, please. Okay. Okay. So your mixture should look like this. Okay, so I'm going to wash my hands now. Okay, so if you use your hands, please wash your hands. Okay. All right. Okay, we are good to go. So we move to our flour. Now we add our flour. No, before that, can we get our eggs, please, from the fridge? Get your eggs. Eggs from the fridge. Eggs from the fridge. You need 2 eggs. What am I mixing in the bowls? I'm mixing butter, the 2 sugars and the butter. So I have just 2 bowls with me now. One is with the flour that we mixed at the beginning, flour, baking soda. So we need 2 eggs. So can you break your 2 eggs in a bowl, a separate bowl, please? So break your eggs in another bowl, because we don't want shells in our mixture. So don't break it directly into your mixture. So careful. Yeah, pack your eggs here. Okay. The second egg.
Yeah.
They are not shells.
shells.
No shells.
No.
Okay. So we have 2 eggs. So if there are any shells in there, try to bring it out. We don't have shells there. Do you have shells in there? No. Now the next thing, put your eggs in the butter and sugar. Pour your eggs in your butter and sugar, not your flour. So pour, good. Now take your turning spoon and then mix. And make sure you scrape all the sides as you're mixing. Okay. If you have your mixer, your hand mixer, you can use it. So, there's no time. Yeah. So make sure all the eggs, it goes in. Mix very well. Make sure you scrape the sides. You take the butter from the sides and you mix it. You mix until you can't see any yolk or white anywhere. You're done. Mix until you can't see any yolk or any white. Let me see. So it's going to give you a fluffy look. Take the sides, don't forget. So you make sure you take everything together. So last thing to this mixture, or second to the last, you take your vanilla flavor and you put 2 teaspoons. You remember your teaspoon? Put 2 teaspoons inside your egg, sugar, butter mix. So just pour it in. 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. Okay. And mix it. Vanilla flavor or vanilla essence. Yeah. See, it's with the butter and the vanilla, the smell is just, it's heavenly. So put it to the session. So you mix it very well. Mix it. Alrighty. Then to make your workstation clean, clear up as you go. Anything you need to trash, you can put it in the trash now. So we have just don't worry, you take it out. Let me see. Okay, perfect. So the next thing we are going to add is our flour. So let's take our flour. So you're going to add it in 2 batches. You don't dump everything at once. So you take like half out, just pour it in, just half, not the whole thing at first. So this is half. And then Mix. Now don't mix. Fold carefully like this. So this process is called folding in your flour. When you add your flour, you're folding it in. So you are turning and going up, turning up like that. So once you can see the flour again, you now add the last batch of flour. So I'm pouring my last batch. Yes, the egg mixture, someone asked, is the butter egg mixture supposed to look like cake batter? Yes, it's supposed to look like cake batter. So we are adding our flour now. We are adding the last batch. Okay. You might need to add some power because by the time you add your flour, it becomes a bit stiff to mix, but you need to add extra energy to get this done. Okie doke. So I am done here with my flour. So let me help you guys. You have to mix until you do not see your flour in there anymore. Okay? We're almost through. We're almost through with the mixing, I mean, because we're going to bake it soon. Okay, so great. Now I have all my flour in there. Make sure there are no lumps or clumps of flour. Mix everything well. Okay, so we're done. The last thing you want to add now is your M&M's. Yay! Yay! So are we on the same page? Let me not go through my head ahead. So if you are done with your flour, let me see thumbs up. Thumbs up with flour, good. Hillary, okay. Didi Briggs, I can see you. Adasa, I can see you, okay. Okay, I can't see everybody. Alia, are you done? Okay, I can see Temi and Rennie. Thank you for the thumbs up. Sinuke Odusoya, we're almost done. Oh, I can see Juba and Jola. Hi, guys. Are you guys ready? I can see Jai and Jola as well. Hi, guys. Teniola Ayodele, hello. Bemisola Adelaja, hi. Okay, I can see Ola Oretomi Okubanjo. Hi, guys. I can see Honsu Dagbeyon and Dayon. I hope I got that right. Kale and Kanto. Hi, guys. Queen Chimamanda, good to see you. Yay. Biana Bolus, good. Okay, can we also put Skittles? You know, Skittles are like, they're candy, they are sweet. They don't have that chocolate. And it's that chocolate that is inside the M&Ms or Smarties that gives it the unique taste. So I don't know how that is going to taste, but I'd rather you stick with the, can you get that? I'd rather you stick with the, you want to sit down? Okay. Okay, when it's time to pour the M&Ms. So rather stick with the M&Ms, please. Yes, I'll tell you the specific amount of M&Ms you should add. Yes, it is meant to be very thick from Ifelua Bandoko. It's meant to be thick and stiff. Okay. Okay, so I think we are good. Also, and that looks too thick. Can you put your hand in? Let me see. Also, and Dayon, can you show me your mixture, please? Can you put your mixture up so I can take a look? Okay, Araulu Oladele, that's fine. Pelumi, Shubomi, Demi, awesome. Opemipo, Onilela, awesome. Abimbola Shitabe, nice. Monjola, Femi Ayodele, awesome. Kofo Akindele, nice. Teniola Ayodele, Jaya Anjola, beautiful. Reni, awesome. Moron Folua, beautiful. Diana Bolus, yes, nice. Baladiva, Dumoye is good. Yes, the songs I can't see. Damilala, Demurin, can I see yours? Okay, good. Juma and Jola, I can't see yours. Oh. Okay, Ferromi, Paye, nice. Honsu Dagbeyo, I think it's a bit thick. Okay, Bemisola Adelaja, that's nice. Who else have I missed? Tife Komi and Feromi, good. There are Semos, I can't see you. Orezi, Ebedi, nice. Yeah. T-Boy, Abisola Oladosu, good. The Bricks, nice. Koisola Folari, good. Etienne Bong, Inform Okon, nice. But I see that you use dark brown sugar, so it's good. Hadassah, nice. Bifehomi, the back babies, that's nice. Okay, Amali, I can't see yours, Amali. Ogoluwa, Yimika, Abe, good. Someone's own is very watery there. Ife is too watery. Kishi, Kitty, and Kite, what one is that brown? Who else? Dolapo and Anu, good. Josh and Daniel, awesome. Okay. Ireoluwatomiwala, good. Yes. Alia, Mary, that's good. Hillary Yahweh, looks good. The Briggs, looks good. Ubemi, Jen Rigbe, I can't see very well. I can't see you guys. The Ogumba boss, good. Okay, I think we are good. Everybody looks good. Everybody looks good. So it's time to pour M&Ms. Who's that? Ore who? Okay, the Okuban is not showing on my screen. Oh, the Okuban just good. Okay, I think we can move on now. Everybody, we are okay. So let's take our M&M. So we bought 4 packs, right? 4 small packs. Can I see your M&Ms? Can I have scissors, please? No, thank you. M&Ms inside. So the first thing you're going to pour 2 parts inside your mixture. Pour 2 parts in your mixture, just like that. So we are going to save the remaining 2. I'm going to show you where we are going to use it. Okay. Now mix it in. Yeah, mix it in. Mix in your. You can't mix it. You can pop 1 or 2 in your mouth if you want. Sarah, I said 1 or 2. You can pop 1 or 2 M&Ms in your mouth. Okay. Don't mix too much, just a little bit. And then you now put a mixture. You take your whole bowl. You put it in the freezer for about 5 minutes. We just want it to really cool down, okay? So put it in the freezer for 5 minutes. That's fine, no overmix. So don't overmix. So just put 1 in the freezer. Put this other one in. Okay? So don't overmix. Once you just pour your M&Ms in, just mix a bit, and then that's fine. Don't overmix, and put it in the freezer. Okay, you can taste it, please taste it. You can taste it. Just take a little bit and just taste. Yum. I can see Tofumi, Odusaya, and her mom. Okay. Okay, so next thing, we put our mixture in the freezer. Good. So the next thing is to, please, can you put on your ovens? Now, for the oven, so there are different types of ovens in the world, like some you have in Fahrenheit, some in Celsius.
Should they cover it in the freezer?
Yes, you can cover it, please. You can cover it. You can cover with plastic wrap and put it in the freezer. You can put in the fridge, but the freezer gives it a fast action because it's a class. You don't want to waste too much time. So if you have a freezer, better in the freezer. But if you don't have a freezer, just put it in the fridge. Move it to the back where you can quickly chill. Okay, so we have that. So the next thing we want to do is to put our oven on. Is to put our oven on. Now there are different types of ovens. Some ovens will have the temperature in Fahrenheit written. Some will have in Celsius written. Some will not even have anything written. You know, some will just have one small flame and a high flame. Some will have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can't really say, okay, this is it, unless you have an oven thermometer. I didn't want to stress you by saying go and buy an oven thermometer. So this is what we're going to do. You are going to put the heat, your mark in the middle, right? In the middle. So if this is low, so some ovens have low, high. So first of all, turn it all the way to the highest. So you know, okay, this is the beginning, this is the end. Now put your mark in the middle. Okay? So your oven should not be too hot because your cookies will burn in like 5 minutes. So you need it hot, but not too hot. And you don't want it very, very low as well. So put it in the middle. You can increase it a bit. So with this class, we'll be checking on it maybe every 5 minutes. We just check on it to see, you know, if it's not burnt or anything. So I hope we've all put Okay, someone asked, is it okay if we do it without M&M? Well, it won't be M&M cookies because it's M&M. But if your oven has a temperature, someone asked, please tell us the temperature. The ideal temperature is 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. Okay. Okay. Now, sorry, the digital oven, what is written on it? I need to see, I need to know, so I'll be able to tell you. The temperature is 375 degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit, that's degree F. And if it's Celsius you have there, America uses Fahrenheit, I'm sure. Then the metric people, the UK, we use Celsius. So Celsius is 190 degrees Celsius. Okay? So I think we are done with the oven. Now, how long should it be in the oven? It's actually the time is it's supposed to be like 18 to 20 minutes. But because I'm not sure of the type of ovens we have, we'll be checking it. We'll be checking like every 5 minutes or 10 minutes. They will get the desired. So it's until the cookie turns a bit brown at the edges, light brown, not dark brown, light brown, then it's done. But the cookies are still in the fridge now. The next thing, let's move on, is to prepare our pan or tray. So I have two here. I have the baking pan. It doesn't matter if your pan is round or square, as long as you can bake with it. Okay. Now you can't just put your cookie on this like that. It's going to stick and you won't be able to remove it. So you need something called a parchment paper. I wrote it in the list. Parchment paper or foil paper, your aluminum foil paper. It's just to make your cookies easy to come up when it's done. So you place it in your pan and just try to gauge the size and then you cut. So you cut it off, you place it in so your pan is ready. So questions, can we use wax paper? Sure. Sure you can. So that is ready. The next, I'm going to go with this one. Okay. So next question. Can we, yes, please, you can use foil paper. Yes? Yes. You can use foil paper, wax paper, parchment paper. So our pans are ready now, our ovens are hot. Let's use the remaining time to just clear up, okay, because we need the dough chilled. So let's clear up our space. Anything we don't need, can we take them away? Thank you. All your bowls, all your, so let's clear everything up. So we can use, I think just one that we use. So you pack it up. So next, can we use flat? I believe you want flat oven trays. Yes, you can. Yes. Yes, the oven should be preheated. It should be on now. I already said we should put our ovens on. We'll put it on now. Okay. So I'm going to put my oven on right now. So Clara, can you clear this? Okay. Okay, good. No, not yet. We are not bringing out our dough mix yet. We have just like 5 minutes. Yes, we've added the vanilla. We added it when we, after we mix the eggs in. Okay. Not yet. We won't bring our dough mix out yet. I want us to clear our surface, so I hope your wall counter is clean. Okay. All our wall surfaces are clean. Okay, so I think we can run next 2 teaspoons of vanilla, please. Vanilla, 2 teaspoons, please. Please put the oven on now. So by the time the dough is chilled, you'll be ready to put in the oven. So we are putting the dough in the fridge for like 7 minutes, 10 minutes thereabout. I think we've used 5 minutes. Is it too late to add the vanilla? Not really, but I just don't want you to overmix the flour. Just kind of like put it and then just mix gently. Don't mix too fast. Just fold it in and don't mix for a long time. Just 3 mixes and you are done. Okay, so I think we are. Okay, I can see Adiba and Toluwanimi Dumoyes. Hello. Acacia, hi. Okay, I can see. Okay, are we good? Okay, so I think since we still have some 5 minutes time for it to chill so let me just go with the next. Let me show you how it's going to look like. Okay, so we have about 5 minutes for the dough to be ready. So I'm going to run the next poll. So I'm going to, so it's going to come up now. So it says, what would you like to learn, in our next class? You have vanilla cloud cupcake. Now that is a very, very, very delicious cup. It's so soft and moist and delicious. And you have Swiss roll, is also awesome, and moist chocolate cake. So the highest votes get the next class.
Vanilla cloud cupcake.
You like vanilla cloud cupcake? Simple ingredients, nothing, no biggie. You don't even need a mixer for it, and we're done with that. So we've run the poll. Let me check on my dough in the freezer. Let's check on it. It needs to be a bit hard. So check. Okay, so we need just about 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes to get it ready. 3 more minutes. Okay. Another question. What can we use the flour with sugar to do, as we have another batch that has sugars poured in the flour? You can use it for cake. You can use it for cake, to make a cake. But now the measurements. So what I'm going to do for Kishi, Kite, and Kite, I'll work out that recipe and I'll send. So just keep it in a bag and keep somewhere. I'll work out the equivalent butter and stuff that you can use it to. You can use it for. So just keep it, please. Someone is saying. Is the next class tomorrow? No, the next class is not tomorrow. Most likely in 2 weeks' time, I'll let you know. But I'm so excited about that class. I love that cupcake. Like, I've never taught anyone before, so this will be my first, the first set of people I'm going to teach. I'll just take questions now.
The oven is just numbers.
Your oven is just numbers. Okay, can you try? Let's see number. It's supposed to be number 8. Can we try? So your numbers can you tell me the numbers they want to what? Yes, I'll send the recipe. Okay, it's from 1 to 8. Can you put it on 5, please? Dolapo and Anu, can you put it on 5? Yes, thank you. We need the sugar already. Okay. So we are going to end the poll now. So everyone wants the vanilla cloud cupcake. Yay! So that will be in the next class. And I'm going to add something else to it. We're going to learn how to, you're going to learn buttercream, icing that you swirl on it, and you're going to have spring. It's going to be lovely, don't worry. So vanilla cloud cupcake it is. Okay, so I'll take questions now. We have about 3 more minutes for it to chill. Anybody with any question? How long does it take for your cookies to get ready? It takes about 18-20 minutes, depending on the heat of the oven. So like I said, we'll be checking on it. Okay. So the class will end in about 20 minutes max. Okay. So mine is digital, set at 350 now, which is the max. Okay, that's fine. We'll see how it goes. My mom is asking if you can teach meat pie in the future. Definitely. But meat pie is a lot of work. I hope you're ready. We'll do meat pie, don't worry. Should we bring out our cookie dough now? Let's give it 2 more minutes, please. 2 more minutes so that it will be very stiff and we can roll it, because we need to roll it. And if it's too soft, it's going to just press in your pan and it won't really look nice. Okay, Fawaz is saying hello. What do we use to cut the dough? Don't worry, you just use your hands to just pick it out. Well done, Auntie. Thank you, Tara. Aren't you supposed to add butter or oil to the parchment paper? Yes, the reason you can do that is just to make it stick on your pan. So ideally, you can just have your butter palm, and then put it. It's just to make it stick. But mine is staying anyway, so it's fine. But if you want to use butter, you can just put a little bit of butter here, and then put your parchment made paper on it. In fact, let me do that so you can see. And some really do cookie from the dough from the freezer. Okay, so I have a bit of butter here. So what you just do, you can just put at the 4 corners. You just make it big. So that's that. Okay, so let's bring out our doughs, cookie dough now. Okay, so I have my chilled dough here. Now, I want you to go to because we're just going to bake a little, just a little now. Later after the class, you can go ahead, you return it back into the freezer. Because of time, I want us to be fast. So I want you to take your dough, can we all see? And go to the very edge, not the middle will still be a bit soft, but the edge like towards the wall of your bowl will be a bit hard. That's the part you want. So you want to be able to roll your ball. Now, I don't want big balls because this particular cookie spreads in the oven, and don't handle it for a long time. If not, your hand will melt it. So just take a bit, wait till you're patient. Just take a bit. Make sure you have M&Ms in there. It should be very tiny, like, what can we use to measure? Very just tiny, like a small ball. Like a small ball, okay? Very tiny, because this particular cookie spreads out in the oven. So let's just do 4. So you put one there, you go to the wall of your bowl, take another small ball. The ball should be about 1 inch thick. Okay, you put it in your tray. So do you want to take a ball from here? Yes. Please don't keep rolling it in your hand. If not, the purpose of putting it in the freezer is defeated. You don't want it soft. You just want it, yeah, that's fine. You don't need a perfect ball. Like, oh, it has to be, no. Just pinch. You want the part that is hard. Just a little, just roll, and that's all. Same side. Just take towards the end. No, you don't need to put flour on your hands, please. You don't need a cookie cutter. If you use ice cream scoop, it's going to be very big. So if you want to use, that's too much. If you want to use ice cream scoop, then you only bake one, because the ice cream scoop gives you a big mold, and you want just a tiny mold. No, just that's fine. So we have our balls here ready. I don't want us to spend too long. Is it like puff you have to wait for it to be
Golden brown.
Yeah, yes, but this one is different. You want just the edges to be light brown. So remember so I have like 5, depending on the size of your tray, because we are just for the benefit of this class. Now, if it's sticking to your hands, then you need to put it back in the freezer. It shouldn't stick to your hands, right? So that means it's still too soft. You have to return it into your freezer for it to harden a bit. Now, I just want us to test with let's do 4. So after the class, you will bake the rest, okay? So let's just do 4, because if we say we are doing 10, it will take a lot of time. Oh, some people have already done 50. That's too much. I promise you, your cookie is going to spread so wide, they will stick together. So you need this kind of spacing. Look at the spacing I gave this. So I have 4 here. See how widely spaced they have, because by the time it bakes in the oven, it's going to spread and you don't want two cookies to stick to each other. If you want to present it to someone, if you're just eating it at home, it's fine. So Kishi, Kite, can you reduce the number of your cookies on the plate? If we were doing chocolate chip cookies, that one doesn't spread as much. But this type of cookie spreads a lot. So do we have everything in our pan right now? So remember your M&Ms that you left. Can you just, you now put them on top, as many as you want. Okay, I hope you can see what I'm doing. So you take some of your M&Ms, put them on top. So that's just to make sure that each cookie has enough M&Ms inside. So you press it down. I hope we can all see. So I hope you can all see. All right, so the oven should be hot now. We are going to put this in the oven. Your remaining cookie dough, just pop it back in the freezer. After the class, you take your time to do it, okay? But this one, I just want us to just do like 4, so I can see what you have done. I can see the results, okay? So that's why I don't want us to do like 10, or just do like 4. Or if you can do 2, it's fine. We'll bake the rest later, at your own pace. So you return your dough, put it back in the freezer. If you are doing it much later, just keep it in the fridge. The fridge will be good. The freezer will freeze it after some hours, but the fridge will keep it, the right consistency we want. So let's pop this in the oven. Our oven will be hot by now.
Yes, so quickly remove this. I'll call you out in the middle of something.
Come and take the dough and in the fridge. Okay, so we are almost done, the last part of the class. I want to show you how the cookies will look. I baked this yesterday. So they are thin and crisp. So they are not puffed or anything. Now, this is a very good question. Which rack? Please put it in the middle rack of your oven. In your oven, look for the middle rack. It shouldn't be at the top or at the very bottom. The middle rack of your oven. Now, the good thing about this cookie, it says, yes, okay, one person it has to be baked in balls. This type of cookie is not the one you roll and you cut. This one is a ball, you have to put it in balls, so it will spread out to form a circle itself. Should we take the remaining dough back in the freezer? Yes, please. And you can store this cookie for 6 months in the freezer. That's the good thing. Anytime you just feel like, oh, I feel like eating cookie, just bring it out, let it thaw, and then you just do your balls and then you bake. Please put okay, it should be on the middle rack. So let's go on, let's be fast, let's be quick. So this is what your cookie should look like, all right? You can have, so it's going to be thin and just a little bit puffy, but not heaped. So this is the ideal shape of a Did we check the time we put it in? I think we've used like 2 minutes. So we check in 5 minutes time. So this is how it's supposed to look. So I'm going to teach us how to present our cookies. Yes. Yeah, we can have them. Okay, thank you. So bring that saucer, please. Yes. So I'm going to teach us how, so while our cookies are in the oven, I'm going to teach us how to present our cookies. And this is what I want to see when you take your pictures and you send to me, because I want to see, you know, what you did, how it came out and everything. So, but I just don't want you to put it on the plate and say, this is it. When you're presenting, I want you to think of someone that you really appreciate. So maybe your mom, your dad, you know, your teacher, and you're like, oh, I really want to give someone, this person something special. So I want you to arrange it very well. So I'm going to do some lovely presentations. So you can decide to stack up your cookies. Now, okay. I even want to break one so that you can see. See, the way it breaks, it just goes. And it's very chewy, like you chew it. It's not crunchy. It's very chewy and delicious. The butter is just, it's just lovely. So we are going to start this. And you can go online to get, you know, ideas on how to present your cookie. So you can just decide to present like this, okay? And just take a picture of it and send to me, all right? Or you can go a step further by doing this. You can have a piece of ribbon. I think I want it taller. Stack it up. Okay. And my scissors. Okay. I really love when you present things properly. It adds beauty to your creation. So I'll just take my ribbon, tie it up like this, not too tight. All right. We're going to check our cookies in a bit. So I just made a cute bow there. I hope you can see. And then if you have some M&Ms left over, and just take some, and then just sprinkle all around like that. So we can have this, and say, love you, mommy, or love you, daddy, you know, or if your friend comes visiting, we just present this. This is so beautiful, okay? So before you eat that cookie, I want you to do something like this or something better, okay? So we can zoom in, we can see, you know, or we do something. I know you guys are very creative. Kids are so creative. You can do something like this. You can decide to have one cookie just standing here, just leaning to the side. You can do different things. All right, love you too, right back, guys. Pelumi, Shibomi, and Demi. I mean, Demi, yes. So this is it. how many minutes? 18 to 20 minutes, depending on your oven. I don't know how your oven works, but like 18 to 20 minutes. Let's go and check. Let's check, let's see how it is. So we are looking for a light brown edge. If it's light brown already, then it's done. But if not, you leave it. And don't touch it, please. So how is it doing? Mine is not ready, just a few more minutes. So another way you can present, you know that cookies go with milk, right? So you can just have this. I'm giving you different ideas. So if it's late at night and just want to give your mom or your dad a special treat, like you just finished baking your cookie, you can just say, Mom and Dad, this is for you, or just mom or dad or whoever, and just serve it with the milk. So you can take a picture like this and send to me. I'll like that. Or if it's chocolate drink you want to put, if it's juice you want to put, orange juice or whatever juice. If it's a smoothie you want to put, if it's a milkshake, any nice drink. So we are done with presentation. Our cookies, I'm sure in the next 5 minutes they'll be ready. So let me teach you how to package the brown underneath is still doughy. Your cookies are done. Okay, if your cookies are done, if you are very sure, let me see. I want the egg, and don't remove it yet. Once you see that it's light brown, just bring it out of the oven and leave it to cool. Don't attempt to remove it, because the thing about cookies, they are very soft when they are ready, but by the time they cool, they now harden. The same with biscuits, the same with cookies, the same with this type of cookie as well. So immediately it comes out from the oven, leave it, just put it on like a surface and leave it to cool for like 5 minutes before touching it. If you remove it immediately, it's going to crumble. So please, okay, someone said I should, the brown underneath is still doughy. No. It's still doughy. That's why you shouldn't touch it. Don't touch it now, okay? Someone said I should repeat what I said. I said once your cookie is ready, meaning from the oven, you've noticed that the edges, what I mean by edges, this place, the edges, if you notice that they are light brown, then they are ready. Don't attempt to touch it on top because it will still be soft here. But once it's ready, the sign you see is this edge, the edges will be brown. Just bring it out from your oven and put it somewhere to cool for like 5 minutes. That's when you can handle it. Never handle any cookie or biscuits immediately you bring it out. No, don't touch it. If not, it's going to crumble. It's just going to fall apart. It needs cool air. It needs just air, not even AC or anything, just normal air to blow on it, you know, to make it, give it the right texture. Okay, so I just repeated what I said. So, I'm going to check my cookies down. So the very last part, okay, is our cookie packaging. Now, do you know you can make money with this cookie? You can just sell to your neighbor, or if your uncle comes to the house, you say, oh, uncle, I want you to buy my cookie. You can enter it in for a bake sale, and that can be what you're selling. So there are different ways you can pack your cookies. So we'll quickly do that. It's just a 3-minute class. By that time, our cookies will be done, and the class will be done with the class. So you can buy nylons like this, plastic wraps like this, all right? So depending on what you want, you can do, so depending on the size of the pack. So I'm putting 2 cookies here. Now I'm going to take my ribbon. I'll just cut it here. And I'm going to tie it. All right. I'll just tie a nice bow. Please, can you check on your oven? Sorry, on your cookies? So you can have something this nice and cute. And imagine if you have like, maybe you want to do 6 per pack. So this is it. You can do 6 per pack. And you get cute boxes like this from the cake shop or anywhere they sell cake ingredients. These are your cookies. And you just put, you can have fancy tissue wraps. Not this exactly. There are some tissues that you put in you find in your boxes sometimes, maybe when you buy something. I'm just using this as an example. Just put it in there. It's just to serve as a base. And you put like 6. Okay, well, how do you know when the cookies are ready? You check the edges of your cookie. And that doesn't mean, I'm not saying you should bring it, you touch it, you bring it out, you look at it. Once the edges are brown, light brown, not dark brown, just light golden brown, you bring it out to a surface and you leave it there to cool for like 3 to 5 minutes. Yes, it's ready when the edges start brown. Okay, I think ours is ready. You can bring it out now and leave to cool. So you can just put like 6 of that. Okay, so this is another. We are almost done with our class today. Okay, so I'm cutting another ribbon and tying it up into a nice. So this is if you want to sell, or you can even give someone as a birthday gift. Maybe it's grandma's birthday or grandpa's birthday. So you can just have 6 of this in here, like this. You have your box, and then you do it like this. And for lovely presentation, you can have your ribbon up here. Okay, I want to make a nice bow. So this is how I'm going to start. Like, if you want to gift wrap, okay, and you bring it up. Someone says golden brown. Do you mean like very light or a little dark? Light brown. Now, when I say dark, I'm not like dark like the wrapper, but light brown like this. I don't know if you can see this cookie very well, the edge, just light brown. I'm going to check on mine now. I just want to do this bow, and we are done. If you are using electric oven and power is interrupted, yes, it will affect the cookie. So you have to make sure you have constant power supply when you are baking, or you use gas. That's the most effective way. Please, is it okay if I use a photo box, ice cream, and marshmallows to take my picture? You can use anything. You can be so creative. I just want to, in fact, if possible, don't use what I did. Do something that will blow my mind, please. And the first two, well, I'll choose two people that will attend my next class free. But look at this. Isn't this lovely? You just go to your friend's house, happy birthday, or oh, grandma, I think you're so special, and you give it to her. Or your teacher, oh, we can't see our teachers now because we're on break. Anyway, anybody you want to give. So let me check my cookies, and I'm sure they're ready now. So remember to use your napkin or oven mitt. So my cookie is ready. So I don't know if you can see, the edges are a bit brown. Can you see? And they're a bit puffed up. You can see it moved from being a ball to a flat circle, sort of. So I think you can see I didn't touch it or anything, because if you touch it lightly, you see that it's still soft, but I need it to cool. So I want to show you well, so you can see it very well. So I hope you can see. Yeah, so this is how it's supposed to look. And if you smell what is going on here, your house probably smells so nice, like the butter, the brown sugar, the smell is so lovely. It's a good air freshener, if you say that. You know, people want to come to your house all the time. You know, when they open the door and they're like, are you baking here? Or what's that nice smell? So this cookie is ready. So now I need to see your cookies, please. Yes, we can really smell it now. Good. As look ready, but still a bit soft to touch. I told you. So let it cool down to harden, please. So can I see your cookies? Oh, tofu soya. This is yummy. Nira, Abia, Nuna. I can see Shalewa. This is so beautiful. Yes, I like Nira, Abia, Nuna. I'm not sure if I have the right pronunciation, but it looks really nice. Nice. Acacia, it's a bit too brown. I think your oven was either too hot. So can you bake another batch? Darasimi, it looks really nice. Louis, nice. Nice. Acacia, okay. Well, Tara Kiride, I love your cookie. Kishi Kitty, it's a bit too brown, but I think your mixture was brown from the beginning, so it looks okay. Mori and Morola Adenuga, this is awesome. I feel like eating it. Funke Fayemi, looking good, but looks like you kept, your oven was too hot. Okay, Pelumi Shubomi, Demi, looking good, yes. Okay, Bubemi, looking nice, but I can't see any M&Ms on it. Jumani, oh, Fola and Ife, I love your cookies. Daniel Alao, lovely, looking nice. Looking nice. And your banker, Balogun, looking nice, but I can't see any M&Ms on it. Ugona Fakile, looking nice. I can't see your M&Ms though. Fife call me and Fife on me. Oh, and fair on me, nice. But you didn't really use a lot of them, my names. Who else again? Yeah, see the place. Tamilore Aregbesola, wow, so yummy. Ah, nice. Araoluwa Dele, nice, but it's hard too brown, so maybe you just want to reduce your oven a bit. Regina Ogok, I think your dough was still a bit soft before you put it in the oven, so maybe you put the next batch, you still leave it in the freezer for a while. Rennie, okay, looking good. I can't really see well. Kalia, I'm loving it. Wow, this is so nice, Kalia. Who else? Farida Lawal, not bad, nice, nice. Looking nice. Ah, don't eat. Oh my goodness, you guys don't eat your cookies yet. I need you to, you know what, just save some for my picture before eating. Don't eat anything. I can see some people have eaten. Okay. T-boy. Okay. I can't see your cookies well. Can you turn it for me, please? T-boy from the UK. Okay, not bad, but I think it's your oven was a little bit too hot. So the next batch, don't let it be that hot. But it looks nice. I like the shade. Awesome. Well done, T-boy. Tinuke Odusoya, I love it. I love it. Oh, you guys are amazing. Jaye and Jola, I love your cookies. They're so nice. What? You guys are awesome. Oh, thank you, Tamilore. I had so much fun with you. So, I wish Josh and Dan, I love yours. Josh and Dan, very beautiful. I'll try to see if I can get everybody. Okay. Okay, so there's a last poll that you're going to fill before we go. It's going to come up now. I promise, Ogoluwa, Yumika, have been lovely. I love your cookies. So the last poll says, I enjoyed participating in this class. So you click on strongly agree, neutral, disagree, stop. Please be truthful. I'm not going to feel bad. It's just going to make me better. And it's anonymous, so I won't know who filled what. Okay? Just give me, I just want the feedback. So lastly, just what I want to say is, don't forget to make a lovely presentation of your cookie. You can decide to do this or do something so creative, you know, and send to me. Just tell mom and dad to take a picture and send to me. I'm going to, and if you want your face to show, like you can pose with it, you can do something like this, or like I made this, you know, just send to me and I'll post it on my Instagram page so the world will know that you can bake, you know, that you made this creation yourself. So after this class, feel free, you know, when you get offline, feel free, now take your time, your dough, let it chill well in the fridge so you can roll it well, put your M&Ms in it, you know, and let it bake. Remember the timing. So now you are able to gauge your oven. If your oven was too hot, you know, and resulted in very, very brown cookies. So now you know what to do. You just reduce it a bit. If it was perfect, leave it that way, you know, and just have fun while making it. Have fun while making it. Okay, so after this class, I'm going to send the recipe again, and this video, this particular whole video, I'm going to send it to your mom or your dad's email or the email you used to register with. so that you can always go back and look at the video, look at the recipe, and make it. Oh, thank you, Mori and Morola. You're looking forward to me too. I'm looking forward to the next class. Feromi Paye, take a look at mine. I need to see. Oh, at the end of the poll, strongly agree you enjoyed the class. I'm so happy. Oh my goodness, I'm going to sleep well this night. I've not been able to sleep well for the past 1 week. I've just been dreaming and saying, oh my gosh, I hope they'll like me. I hope they'll like my class. Thank you so much for participating. I'm so grateful. So someone wanted me to see her cookie. Please, can you help me bring the person to the...
I'm looking for.
Okay, so just take your time after this class to make a fantastic batch. A baker is patient. Okay, Feromi Paye, looking good. Oh, I love it. I love it. I think your sugar was very brown. So yeah, so that's why it's really nice. I love the shape. It came out well. Fantastic. Awesome. How long can you keep the dough? 6 months in the fridge, that you are fine. Anytime you need it, just take a bit. You bring it out, just take a bit out, return the rest, and just bake away. Oh gosh, it was nice. Oh, thank you. I love you too. Ola, Tony, thank you for the class. Thank you so much, everyone. I had so much fun. Please look out for my next class. The vanilla cloud cupcake is nothing you've eaten before. It's a cake you put yogurt, as in, let me not spoil the thrill. You are going to enjoy the class. I promise everything will be better. If you have any suggestions or comments or anything you want me to improve upon, please let me know. I had so much fun. Thank you. Love you guys. I hope this is a journey for you. Don't just leave it like you can bake. It's not only adults can bake. As a child, you can bake. You can do. I didn't tell you my story. Maybe the next class. But my mom used to bake. My elder sister used to bake, and I watched them, and just like this, and I made a career out of it. So please don't despise this. It's an added knowledge, even if you don't do it professionally. When you grow up, you do it for your kids. Bonding time. Yes, do we keep the, but if you are going to bake later today, the question says, do we keep the dough in the fridge or freezer? Okay, so if you are baking immediately now, you can put it in the freezer, right? Like you want to do it now, or maybe like in 30 minutes, keep it in the fridge. But if you are leaving it for months, put it in the freezer. Or what you can do is just take a little out now, put that one in the fridge. The one you are not baking immediately, just wrap it up, and put it in the freezer. Anytime you need it, you bring it out, your M&Ms. Another variation of this cookie, you can cut up chocolate instead of your M&Ms and put it inside. You can have coconut inside. You can just, I like a lot of sweet stuff. So thank you so much. I love you guys. I'm so glad you enjoyed the class. Oh, you're an excellent teacher and baker. Thank you. I have to go. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Love you guys. Bye. Bye. Oh, I love this person's cookie. Can I see the name? Oh, it's gone. She's wearing a blue shirt. Bye. It's wearing the Honsu Dagbeyo. I love your cookie. I saw it. And Dale is lovely. I hope I pronounced your name. Honsu Dagbeyo. Thank you. Pelumi Shivomi. Bye. Bye, guys. I can see Morola eating it already. Wow, thank you. So take your time. Ogubambos, thank you. Sorry if I didn't call your name. Fife, come here and fair on me. Good job. Mori and Morola, good job. Thumbs up. Precious Adigwe, good job. Good job. Funke Fayemi, good job. You guys, well done. Well done. Well done. Hilary, Iyawe, well done. Well done, guys. Love you guys. The Dumoyes, thank you. Tofumi Odusai, I can see Daddy's face. Well done. Damilola, Demre, well done. Well done. Reni and Temi, Juma and Jola. Where's Auntie Lide? Oh, Auntie Lide. Thank you, Auntie Lide. Oh God, Ayomide Olatubosun, thank you. Delapan Anu, Araulu Oladele, bye. Funke, mommy. Funke Oladele, thank you. Darasimi, thank you. Yira, Abia, and Lunana, thank you. You guys were awesome. Farida Lawal and Fawaz, thank you for joining. Busola, that's Tiara's friend. Where's Tiara? Juba, hey, Juba. Tara Akiride, my lovely, cute baker. Bye, Tara. Thank you. Love you, Tara. Jola, my prayer partner. Love you, Jola. Jola and Anu, good to see you guys. Mrs. Iyawe, miss you. Thank you. Who else haven't I mentioned? Funke Fayemi, Tinuke Odusoya, thank you so much. Kalia, the boy, Busola, Adetola there. Can you see her? Tamilore Aregbeshola, good job. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Honsu, Dagbeyo, and Deon. Thank you. Ferami, thank you so much. Who else have I? Regina Obok, thank you. Rainy and Tammy, thank you so much. Who else have I missed out? Adiba, every other person, thank you. Teddy Fire, thank you. Thank you so much. Angela Fetuga, has she gone off? Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. Ife, thank you guys so much. Have a lovely weekend. I'll bring out the post very soon and we'll meet again. Love you all. Stay safe. All right. Bye. Bye, guys.